is SeaWorld. And that was Namu, killer whale and star performer. But this is more than a showplace. And Namu is more than just a pretty face. SeaWorld is one of those important crossroads in the new wilderness, where we meet the creatures of the wild up close and learn to care about them and understand them better. Today, our civilization affects everything, everywhere. The old wilderness is all but gone forever. And we have to forge a new working partnership with nature, a new wilderness along the cutting edge wherever man and nature meet. At places like the Atlantic coast of Argentina, far to the south, a land between two worlds, where penguins and sea lions battle and breed, and predators become prey to orca, the killer whale. A killer whale family heads north, away from the cold Antarctic waters. Its destination, Chubut province on the Argentine coast. Punta Tombo, a desolate land 9 months of the year, separating the semi-desert of the Pampas from the wild surf of the Atlantic. When the winds of spring whip up the glittering waters along the rugged coast, they bring with them a miracle of nature. Magellanic penguins by the hundreds of thousands swarm ashore, the first of many species returning to breed and raise their young in man's domain. It's a land we share with them, protected land. Guardian de la Fauna, protectors of the wildlife. As these game wardens patrol the largest Magellanic penguin rookery on Earth, it's hard to believe that a century ago, man had decimated these beaches. Whales, seals, even the penguins had all but disappeared. Today, the creatures of the coastline thrive under complete protection, and the land explodes with life. During the mating season, territorial squabbles become serious matters. But the number one activity is still the hunt, whether with these jaunty oyster catchers or with thieving gulls robbing an unprotected nest. In the late spring, these coasts attract a larger, deadlier predator, beautiful to watch, but known locally as the wolf of the sea, the southern sea lion. Neither wolf nor lion, they are distant relatives of the bear. These are females leisurely voyaging back from their hunting grounds along the coast to the breeding beaches where they were born. Waiting anxiously for them on the beach are the bulls, dominant males eager to assemble their harems, but more prone to kidnapping than courtship. At 600 pounds, they can muscle any female into their territory. The biggest commandeer the choicest spots near the water where the females arrive. Only those who can defend these exclusive locations will get the opportunity to breed. It's a busy time for the guardafauna, traveling to all the colonies along the coast, watching over them. And this time, they brought with them scientists and students to witness one of nature's great spectacles. The city of the sea lions begins to stir. Nearby, the bachelors form hostile groups eager to steal females for themselves. Driven uncontrollably by their mating urge, they invade by land and sea to challenge for breeding rights. Every time this young sultan-to-be moves, he crosses someone else's boundary line. The intrusion spreads like wildfire. finally, the slash of canine teeth and the bellowing charges drive him back. A bull's breeding career lasts only 4 tough seasons of fighting and mating. 60 days without even a meal. Only the strong get to breed. Down the coast, the penguins have organized their own rookery. There are no harems here. Mated couples only need apply. Male and female build the nest together. And together, they defend it. Sea lions are far less cooperative. Even a female about to give birth can be pushed around. In this strange world, pups conceived last season are born just before mating begins for this season. The actual delivery of the pup is usually easy, but that doesn't guarantee success. The pup arrives, body, head, nose, and mouth covered by an airtight sac. If that sac is not broken, it'll suffocate. An inexperienced mother like this one sometimes doesn't discover what to do until it's too late. This pup is lucky. A neighboring female plays midwife and helps break through the sac. The mother sniffs her pup's body and its breath and listens to its cries, remembering each detail so she can recognize her offspring among the hundreds of others. In the wilderness, nothing is wasted. The afterbirth is cleaned up in no time. It's all part of the food chain. The males may be fasting, but it's about time for the new pup's first meal. Sea lion milk, 40% fat, the richest milk in all of nature. Unlike sea lions, penguins cannot produce milk, but the rich waters provide all they need. Both parents help feed the young, catching food and then regurgitating it for their hungry chicks. But stray mouths are not welcome. Neither is another couple, if they haven't been invited. Penguins have a strong family structure. Even the chicks help with the chores, bringing back whatever looks useful. In this case, the tents of the guardafauna, which are empty right now because they've gone up the coast to catch sea lions. The students and researchers from Central Patagonia tag the newborn pups to keep track of the sea lion population. With the help of the guardafauna, they have to get close without being spotted. It's over, with only a laugh for reward. This time, the pups have the last laugh, but the time for them to laugh is short. Far to the south, the killer whales are closing in for their rendezvous on the coast of Chubut. This sea lion's world seems so easygoing, relaxed, and casual. There they are, sunning themselves on the rocks, fish dropping out of the sky. But in the wilderness, sea lions face harsh realities. Even though they're superbly fitted to feed on fish and squid, even penguins, they themselves fall prey to even larger predators like sharks and killer whales. And then, nature throws in a unique, cruel wrinkle: the violent dynamics of the breeding colony. Only the females can get away for a while, and they do every chance they get. Almost from the day the pups are born, the females go to sea to hunt, to replenish their resources for the rich milk they feed their pups. While mother is away, the pups huddle near a dominant male. But some inevitably stray and face a bizarre threat. Bachelor males, barred from breeding, actively seek out stray pups and kill them. That bull is not tossing the pup to give it a swimming lesson. Bull sea lions don't give lessons. The true story is Grizzly. He's drowning the pup while the rest of the gang tags along. Many pups die this way. It seems brutal, but it's common behavior in the aggressive world of the sea lion. In such a world, pups are born with teeth and claws ready for action. Very soon, they'll join their mothers to hunt food for themselves. Summer bakes the beaches. The sea lions are dug into the wet sand, trying to cool off. The guardafauna move in for a second try. Sea lions can't be followed by man or machine once they're in the water. Tagging them is the most reliable way of studying their population movements. Already, it has revealed that sea lions return to their exact same birthplace year after year. No one would even try to tag an adult sea lion. And even pups present hazards. As summer moves towards autumn, strange and wonderful visitors arrive. Enormous cousins, 4 tons of family. The southern elephant seal. They get along very well with the sea lions because they've already been through their breeding season and they don't even eat the same food. All this big fella ever wanted, his own tidal pool and a room to scratch. Rich in nutrients, the Falkland Current flows up from the south, nourishing the fish and other food species for the hunters of Chubut. Science has not completely unraveled the complex food chains in these waters, but we know that penguins look mainly for squid and small fish like sardines. They fly through the water like birds through air, searching for their prey. But the penguins are often prey themselves to sharks, giant petrels, killer whales, and most often, sea lions. Sea lions on the hunt live up to their name, and in these waters, the chance to hunt penguins comes often. It's a long way to the top of the food chain, but sea lions, powerful as they are not at the top. They too become the hunted when the sharks or the killer whales appear. Adult killer whales eat more than 150 pounds of food a day. They move in tight family groups which stay together for years. To satisfy their huge appetites, they've developed a vast array of sophisticated hunting strategies for many different species. And each year, they travel to these waters to test their skills on sea lions. Incredibly, the sea lions are relaxed and playful, even though the whales are just offshore. They know the whales are not hunting, yet. It's a waiting game. Now it's the whales' move. Suddenly, the adults react, sensing a change. Orca has begun to hunt. But the pups don't know what's happening. The first attack is stunning, lightning fast. Then something happens that's almost beyond belief. Females swim into range, taunting the killers, offering themselves to distract the whales away from their pups. The mother's daring game saves some. The whales withdraw, with only a few pups taken. But these are not just huge predators. They're astonishingly intelligent. The colony is not out of danger. The whales know the precise moment the tides inch up the beach, and inches are all they need. The breeding bulls will not move from their territory, not even allowing pups and females to flee ashore. In the midst of the feverish attack, a pup wanders towards the water like a child onto a busy highway and becomes part of a young whale's education. The adults are masters of this beach hunting technique. Some believe they toss their prey back to other family members who are less adept. Another surprising technique. Powerful flukes smash the water, stunning the pup. The big bull's behavior changes. He begins to herd the dazed pup, setting up a training exercise so that his young calf can try out an attack of its own. The young whale seems to get the idea. It launches an attack that would finish any creature. But look at that tough little customer. He's alive, and he makes it to shore. And then, suddenly, it's over as quickly as it began. The beach is left to the survivors. The killer whales move on to other feeding grounds. In a few weeks, the sea lions will also head out to sea to hunt and to teach their young until spring warms the land again and calls them back to the beaches of Chubut. You've seen how these creatures got their name, killer whales. Fortunately, man is one of the few species killer whales don't seem to think of as food. The dramatic story you saw on the beaches of Chubut is more than just an adventure. It's a triumph. The seals, penguins, and sea lions were almost extinguished a century ago through man's doing. But they're back, and they're thriving, and that triumph is also man's doing, because people in a lot of countries got together and began to manage the coastline of South America. Today, man no longer threatens species like the southern sea lion. And fortunately, that helps the killer whales too, by preserving their habitat, their lifestyle. And recent international protections for the killer whale show, once again, that we are capable of getting together, that we can and we must strike a better balance in the new wilderness.
You've just watched a unique new nature series that introduced you to a world of adventure, excitement, and intrigue. Lorne Greene's New Wilderness. But the fun doesn't stop here. There are many more episodes to choose from. Each program will bring you into the mysterious habitat of the wild. You'll learn to be a part of nature, hunt for food, take care of the family, share in blossoming relationships. It's all here. Real-life animal adventures. It's a whole new wilderness out there. It's more than a place. It's a frame of mind, a series of actions. It's a new phase of history that's being created today. And you and your family can be part of it. The series is a whole new concept in home video entertainment. It's infotainment. Informative, educational, entertaining, repeatable. Collect them all. Laugh, cry, and cheer with Lorne Greene's New Wilderness. It'll be a valued treasure in your home video library for years and years to come.
So come along with me on the adventures of a lifetime, the whole new world of new wilderness.
Lorne Greene's New Wilderness. From Prism Entertainment.